Hi guys, what is up? It's yet another beautiful day to have you beautiful people. So I was just thinking the mistakes I've made and I just wanted to don't make a mistake so that we could learn and grow together. Hannah. So hop into the QM method. This is the method which I have come up with contacting my seniors who have been into the service IAS, who has been IAS and my batchmates were still struggling. My my friends, my colleagues who have been into preparation for 4 or 5 years even, and the person whom I really know, whom I admire, who got into the IS in second attempt, but in the first attempt itself he has qualified. He has qualified prelims as well as mains. So I'll this is the strategy he used, but not in the method format, but I wanted to make it a method that you could put into practice and get the job done. So my name is Anubhav, and I am I have been I have qualified from IIT ISM Dhanbad from 2015 to 2019 as a computer science engineer, and I have been into the preparation for almost 1.5 years now, to be honest. So let's get started. The QM method problem. So what is the problem is the so let's just hop into it. We don't know the magic number. The magic number is how many minimum number of questions that you gotta solve to qualify prelims 2021. I'll make the video very short. I'll make it very crisp that you could remember and apply to it. So we lack the magic number. We magic number is generally unique because the candidate knows his has to know his accuracy, the minimum number of questions that he needs to attempt to get better marks or qualifying marks above qualifying marks. So he got to realize that using the mock tests by the many institutes are there. I don't promote anyone. So you got to realize your magic number by giving mocks, and many people do give mocks. I'll tell you how many mocks that you should give and which mocks you got to consider and which mocks you shouldn't consider in the later part of the video. So the QM is it. It is number of questions plus 15 is equal to marks obtained. है ना? So number of questions plus 15 is equal to marks obtained. Suppose if your category has 100 marks to qualify, but in the best case scenario, in the hardest possible questions, so you got to give at least 85 questions. Out of 100 questions, you have to appear for 85 questions, or maybe 90 plus minus 5 you could do it, plus 5 you could do it in number of questions attempting. So this would give the magic number. The questions of number of questions that you got to attempt is the magic number of plus 15, because that is what I have seen many people, my seniors and my colleagues have done to be in a safer side, and this is the mistake I did in my attempt for 2020 prelims 2020. So this is QM method, which is Q stands for questions, M stands for marks, and that is the equation that you got to remember. Next, why you got to use the QM method? Because you got to qualify prelims 2020 in just one attempt, the next attempt. Remember, prelims paper 1 as well as paper 2 is qualifying in nature. That has nothing to do with the score making or score breaking. The scores that the rank which you say, the rank does not consider prelims paper 1 as well as prelims paper 2. It just to segregate, to filter out the non-smart people versus the smart people. So that you got to know, this is the mistake many people do, and many people after even preparing for years, they don't know this. Okay, next, how we should take how we should go about. So first of all, take a risk and during the mocks, that is the only strategy, because if you can't take the real risk during the mocks, then you won't be prepared to take risk in prelims actual exam. So you have to be you have to have confidence while practicing. That's the strategy. So I'll make it. So how should you practice? You attempt paper mocks. This strategy will work for FLT, means full length tests. Don't go for subject wise or sectional wise tests, but go for full length test to test this up QM method and come up with your magic number. Well, fine. So in first go, within say 70 minutes, you got to see 100 questions and mark only those whom you are 100% correct, that the only option you're choosing is correct. That is one option method. Second, second option thing, which is when you could segregate two of them out of the four options in prelims, then you got to go for among or two, जो भी तुम्हें सही लग रहा, either one or two. And in the third go, that would take another 30 minutes, say 30 minutes to deal with it. And if you still say in one option, two options, you have only ever attempted 75 questions and your target is 85 questions, so still 10 questions are left. So what you could do is go for the option third three option method, which is when you could only segregate one out and three options are still left. So if you are doubtful then and you are not pretty sure, but there's an intuition working upon it, so you could go for selecting one among them and qualify 10 more questions, attend more 10 more questions. So that is how you'd go for 85 questions to get 100 marks. Okay, so find your MQ ratio, bigger the better. What is MQ ratio? MQ ratio is marks obtained versus the questions attempted. What is that? Suppose these things would only work in full length tests. I'm repeating again, right? So, what is the strategy? Marks obtained every test, for every test, say test one. So, you take the mark obtained, mark, and the number of questions attended. So, increase the marks and decrease the questions, number of questions. Okay, so the that is how you would come out to a pinpoint or a range of questions that you must attempt to well above qualify the prelims exam, because things are really tricky here. So MQ ratio, remember the MQ ratio and the QM method, these two things are different and you got to remember both. Find your MQ ratio. It depends on your accuracy. This is what accuracy is. So, all the best for your upcoming prelims 2021. And before I leave, I would just want to let you know that you should solve 100 full length tests, or just let's just say 30 full length tests plus 70 sessional or subject wise tests before prelims 2021. That is how you got to go. And the tip here again is that you got to make the mistake note in notebook or the soft note, the things that you really make mistakes, please please make a note of whatever the things you have made mistakes subject wise or topic wise in that copy or in that that note. Whatever, I use the OneNote, so you could use OneNote, Evernote, or whatever note you take make it online so that you could easily find it and edit it over and over again. So at least give 100 mocks. Sorry, it's written FLTs, but give 100 mocks, out of which it should be 30 full length tests and 70 subject wise or um, subject wise or whatever session wise or topic wise, whatever thematic wise, whatever you call it. You know? So go for this. Remember MQ method and QM method and MR ratio. Sorry, QM method and MQ ratio. You know? Remember that. That's all. Take care. Bye.